So normally the new Change in the Map series reports on changes on the map in the form of stuff like international border changes or new countries, but there have been episodes on things like new capital cities or name changes because after all there are many labels on a map and a change is a change. But this episode will be over a more unique set of changes that won't apply to everyone, but still warrant a video. Recently, US President Donald Trump made an executive order to change the name of a couple of geographical features. He changed the name of Mount Denali to Mount McKinley, a name the mountain previously had between 1917 and 1975. Or between 1896 and 2015. Depends on whether you ask the people who live there, the Alaskan state government, or the federal government. Whether this name revision will stick also depends on many factors. Changing the names of mountains does technically require an act of Congress, and President Obama was only able to change the federal name to Denali because he was matching the Alaskan name already used by the Alaskan government. So it was kind of a loophole. In this case, Trump would need an act of Congress or I guess some other similar loophole to make it officially stick, but I don't know, we'll see. The bigger change, though, comes from the Trump executive order that renamed the Gulf of Mexico as the Gulf of America. However, unlike a mountain within US borders, renaming an international body of water is an entirely different concept and would not be something that would stick even if everyone in America approved of it. By being an international body of water, not only does no one officially control it, but it is used by, well, every other nation of the world. As a result, if one country decides to call it something, the others can just stick with whatever other name they want. No other country so far is going to support the new name and will still call it the Gulf of Mexico, the name that had been internationally agreed upon for literally centuries. But official maps from the US government will still have to use the new name until it's changed back. With the rise of international trade and world standardization, most bodies of water do have the same name used by just about every country for the sake of convenience, but there are also plenty that have naming disputes. So while the Gulf of Mexico versus Gulf of America is the newest naming dispute over a body of water, it is not the first. Notably, what most of the world calls the Sea of Japan is called the East Sea by South Korea, or the Korean East Sea by North Korea. All three nations have disputing, contradictory history on what name came first or makes the most sense, but if South Korea got their way, it'd be awkward because the East China Sea is referred to simply as the East Sea by China. Funnily enough, there used to be a Gulf of America off of Russian Siberia. What is now Nakota Bay used to be named the Gulf of America due to a Russian ship named America that explored the region. The name was changed in 1972 by the Soviet government for obvious Cold War reasons, and frankly, I'm surprised it even took them that long. But even past all of this, renaming the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America is unnecessary because there was already the term American Mediterranean, which referred to the combined Gulf of Mexico and Caribbean Sea. Yeah, it's an unofficial nickname, but frankly, American Mediterranean sounds way cooler, and it's a compromise that lets the Gulf of Mexico keep its proper name, and for the US to stroke its ego. Win-win, I guess. I don't know, this whole thing is kinda silly. So whether all of this counts as a new change in the map, of course, depends on where you get your maps from. While it is a very weird and silly change, it's nothing new. I'm Emperor Tiger Star, and I'll see you guys next time.